Hello everyone, let's add a little bit data come and then start the lesson. I'm gonna start the lesson. Okay, I think let's start. They will come while we are doing the lesson. Okay. Welcome back everyone. My name is Mohammed Taha and this is the last lesson of our F1 journey. And so far we've explored how F1 was born, how it grew through the science, through the improving of the technology, and someone came. Let's let him in. Okay, welcome it again. We just started, so there's no problem. Let's continue. Uh, this is our final lesson of Formula One series. So far, we explored how was F1 born and grew up with the improving of the technology, with the teamwork and the innovation, and how it became the fastest and most advanced motorsport in the world. Now it's time to look forward and predict what's gonna be on at the Formula One future, a future that greener, smarter, and still incredibly exciting. And we're gonna talk a little technical topic that's the engines of for Formula One cars in our last lesson. So let's start with our overview. We're gonna learn racing toward a cleaner future. Our headlines is here: the heart of F1 engines, of F1 engines, smart engineering and new technologies, and digital pitwall, vision of tomorrow in Formula One. Okay, racing toward a cleaner future. Formula One has made a big promise to us to become carbon neutral by 2030. That means everything in this sport gonna be from the cars to the engines to the factories and the logistics of every part of this sport will aim to produce zero net emissions. This is a big step toward the goal is coming in 2026 when F1 will introduce a new generation of hybrid power units the next year that we are talking about. And these new engines will run on 100% sustainable fuel made from renewable or recycled carbon sources. You didn't heard wrong. The car's new engines will run on 100% sustainable fuel and made from renewable and recycled carbon sources. This is really a big step toward the goal of F1. And even race circuits are gonna change, uh, and many of them now use solar energy and recycle tires and materials and reduce waste during race weekends. And Formula One wants to prove that speed and sustainability can be together, and it can used by this motorsport. Okay, so let's pass to the heart of Formula One, the engines of the cars. We didn't look up so look up the details of engines in the past lessons, so we're gonna get into the details of it a little bit in this lesson, in this our final lesson. So let's start. If there is one part that defines Formula One, it's gonna be probably engines, because it's all the engine, and or as it's called today, the power unit. In the early days of F1, cars used massive V12, V10, and V8 engines. They were so loud, heavy, and full of power, machines that created the unforgettable sound of racing. And we're gonna look up that sounds in the next minutes. And they also burned a lot of fuel and produced high emissions in the past. Let's look at the old V12 engine. And as you see in the picture, this is so big uh, engine and so loud. This was used in 1950s, the 1990s, as we talk about at previous lesson, the starting of F1. This engine was used by the engineers that built the cars. And this V12 engine is very powerful, and but this heavy engines made a roaring sound, but used a lot of fuel and were hard to control it. So they used V10 engines with engines at 1990s and 2005, between 1990s and 2005. This engine, smaller as you see in the picture, was smaller and lighter than V12s, but still extremely fast and famous for their high-pitched scream. The sound of it is so famous around the F1 fans and F1 world. And they use a V8 engines between 2006 and 2013. This is more efficient and reliable, with lower fuel use and less noise. Gave a good balance between power control and cost. But today, until 2014, the old V6 turbo engines are used by F1 teams, as you see in the picture. This is V6 turbo hybrid engines. This is hybrid, so this is smaller, quieter, and much cleaner for the world, for the nature. And this is combining fuel and electricity to reach around 1000 horsepower. Okay, let's continue. And this, let's talk about this hybrid technology. Since 2014, Formula One has entered the hybrid era, and using 1.6 liter V6 turbo hybrid power units, the engines, as you see in the picture. And this are small, but they can produce around 1000 horsepower, as I said, with combine of the fuel and electricity. And let's talk about how it works, how the electricity and fuel can come together and run the whole of the car. Uh, it has four parts. The V6 turbo engine burns fuel and creates the main power in the engine. The MGUH collects the parts. MGUH collects energy from the exhaust heat and turns into the electricity. So battery is charging itself. This is a hybrid technology, as you know. And the MGUK part of the engine is collects energy during braking. Uh, and this is a really good technology for the nature and for the future of F1. And the last part of the engine is a battery pack that stores the energy and gives it back when extra power is needed. For example, when overtaken. This system makes modern F1 cars incredibly efficient. They use less fuel, produce less carbon dioxide, and are still faster than any other race car on the Earth. But the future is coming fast. As I said, in 2026, the new engines will keep the V6 turbo hybrid layout, but with major upgrades. The MGUH part of the engine will be remote in 2026, and it's gonna make the engine simpler and cheaper. This is making the engine simpler and cheaper, and the MGUK will be twice as powerful, giving cars a much stronger electric boost. So all cars will use 100% sustainable fuel. And these changes will make engines more efficient, more friendly to environments, and still just as powerful as nearly 1000 horsepower with net zero carbon emissions. Formula One engines have always influenced road cars too. Hybrid systems, turbocharging, and energy recovery all started in F1 before coming everyday technology. It starts at F1. It got tried at F1 and it's become everyday technology to use with public use to with us. And so when F1 creates the next generation of engines, it's not just for racing, it's for everyday technology. It's shaping the future of all cars that we drive in our daily lives. And without passing the next part, let's look at the engine sounds. Okay, let's start with V8 engine. As you hear, this is the engine that they are using before V6 turbo hybrid engines that we use now. This was used in between 2006 and 2013. Okay, let's pass to the V10 engine sounds. As you hear, and this was used before the V8 engines, at 1990s and 2000, between 1990s and 2005. This was fast, and but his scream sound was so popular, as we said. And let's check it out, the V12 engine, the first engine that used in F1 history. This is used between 1950s and 1990s. This engines was very powerful and heavy engines, but they made a deep roaring sound that you're gonna hear, and but used a lot of fuel and was so hard to control it. And the engine that we are using right now, V6 turbo hybrid engines, we are using it until since 2014, and this is the hybrid engine that combines the fuel and electricity as we talked about. Okay, let's go on. Okay, let's go on with smart engineering and new technologies at F1. The future of F1 is not only about engines, it's also about how entire car will think, move, and adapt. All about the uh, it's not all about the engines. It's about aerodynamics of car and other things, of course. And one big step that will introduce is active aerodynamics parts of the car, like wings and flaps that move automatically depending on speed and cornering. This will help cars reduce drag on straight ways and increase grip in corners. So that's gonna be a really big development at F1. And another innovation is energy recovery. Right now, cars collect energy from braking, as we said, from the engines, but soon they'll also collect it from the heat, the air pressure, and the vibration in the car. So it's gonna be a really good technology and really good energy saving. And every bit of lost energy will be used again to make the car faster and uh, make the world cleaner. The materials of the future will also change. Teams are testing right now composites and nano materials in F1 cars. These are lighter than carbon fiber, but even stronger. And these materials will make cars safer, faster, and more eco-friendly. These changes that I'm talking about are so huge differences. I hope they will come so soon, and the race is gonna be so exciting in the next years. Okay, let's continue with artificial intelligence using in F1 and the digital pitbull. Formula One is an data-driven sport, but in near future, AI will take the data to the next level. Of course, now AI is used by them, but AI will used more in the future, And teams are developing artificial intelligence systems that can study millions of pieces of data in real time, the weather, tire temperature, track conditions, and even the strategies of rival teams. And AI will help engineers choose the perfect pit stop time, the best tire strategy, and the right moments to cars to attack and defense. Uh, okay, so let's continue with global, uh, and we just talk about it. Let's continue with the vision of tomorrow. Uh, by 2030 and beyond, Formula One will continue to evolve and inspire innovation. Cars will be lighter, faster, and completely carbon neutral, and engines will use renewable fuels and advanced hybrid power, according to the present technologies. And AI will play a really big role at the future and in the strategy in the strategies of F1, uh, and also in the car designs and aerodynamics, as we said. But even as technology changes everything, one thing will never change: Formula One's passion, speed, teamwork, and the progress. So, let's conclude what we learned today. We learned the engines, the heart of the F1. We look, we predict what's gonna happen in the future of F1, and our lessons is finished right now. Thank you for listening to me in these lessons. See you guys all.
Bye.